Roy Brothers Podcast. Look who we have on the couch tonight, but you gotta wait. First, we got some announcements. Number one, if you didn't notice, we have a new intro graphic thanks to Mr. Lucas Estrella. Funny kid. Gonna pop his name up right here somewhere on the screen.
Yep.
That's his Instagram. Shout out number two. This gentleman helped me kind of level out the audio on the videos. That is Dave at the Odd Kid YouTube channel. Check him out. Awesome guy.
Yep.
Next, I just got just a small thing real quick. I won't take too much of our guest's time here, but YouTube decided to take away the clickable links for some reason. I don't know why. I don't know if it's a glitch or what. So down in the description, if I put someone's Instagram, it's just going to be plain text, but still check it out. And then second, there's going to be no actual chapters in the progress bar. But if you look in the description, there will be timestamps.
Sounds good.
Did I forget anybody?
No, I think that's it. I want to also reiterate thanks, the Odd Kid and a.k.a. Dave and Lucas Estrella for helping us out, giving us some pointers. Lucas did a great job on the banner or the new logo that we have. He listened to some of the ideas I had, and we love it. So that's going to be our new logo going forward. Keep an eye out for some other announcements on that, but check him out. Check out Dave. Appreciate it, guys.
Yeah, it's going to be awesome. And then, last I wanted to say that we're going to be getting some mics and a new interface soon. So that's going to be awesome. And eventually, a new couch.
Yeah, we're going to get rid of this thing.
You
They're
guys
going to
ready
get
for
rid of
this?
this thing. If any you future guests are watching, don't worry, I'm here much longer working on it.
They're not going to like it.
We're getting rid of it. I love this couch, dude. Honestly, you guys, I feel bad for you sitting on that couch.
That's right. Well, that's why we got Matt in the chair last episode.
That's going to be my side gig.
There's already stains on his side. It's a casting couch.
Hey, that's my side.
There you go.
All right, man. Are you still blued up on the mic? We good? All right. So tonight, look who we got on the couch. We got Dirty Grandpa, a.k.a. Steve Finley, but we don't know him by that name.
Yeah, who the fuck's Steve?
I don't know.
Who is that guy?
Who's
Who's that fucking asshole?
Yeah.
Dirty, how you doing, man?
I'm doing well. How you doing?
It's good to see you.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah.
Anytime.
Thanks for having
My
me.
couch was clean, but now it's extra fucking dirty.
Yeah, and
Definitely the dirtiest comic we have on here.
thanks to Johnny Rotten. He let me borrow his sticky towel.
Did he leave that
You
on
see
your,
that,
at your
Johnny?
house? Did you leave that at your house?
Yeah.
Oh my god!
Yeah,
Did you let that guy in your house?
It's reusable. It's the equivalent to the jizzle. You ever see the jizzle?
No, what the fuck is that?
You got to see the jizzle on USA. The jizzle.
Yeah, I'll have to check it out.
Well, that's what it wipes up.
Well, hey, shout out to Johnny Ron. He came to my house for the podcast. I didn't get left with his fucking sticky towel. I'm kind of bummed out, man. I got my own, so it's all right.
So, Mr. Dirty Grandpa here was one of the first people we've ever met doing open mics. It all began at the Touch Lounge.
Yeah.
And it's still being done at Blue Moon. As you all know, we say it too many times on the podcast.
Yeah.
So, Dirty Grandpa holds a special place in my heart.
Yep.
You're still not getting a free drink the next time you see
Yeah.
it. You're not. It's just not happening. It's
like, I
too
can't
cheap
afford
over
it.
there. I might buy two.
Well, that's a good point. You're talking about the Blue Moon and all that stuff, so it's kind of get right into it with that. So we met Dirty at the at Touch Lounge. We started going there. That was our first open mic we were going to. And I remember my memory of Steve, sorry.
Who's that?
Some stranger. I'm getting mixed up with Dirty Grandpa.
Throw him out of the room.
Yeah.
He's
Dirty Grandpa.
He's had 2 sips of beer and he's
I'm
he's
fucked
lost.
up. I'm a lightweight. Look how
lost.
skinny I am. I have 2 beers. I'm a cheap date. But so I walk in there, and the first guy I see is Dirty Grandpa approaches me. I thought you were Steve DiNuccio at first. I didn't know what the heck was going
Don't
on.
insult Steve DiNuccio.
No,
like
I literally
that.
walk in and I'm
Just-
like,
Oh, he went
just
there.
kidding.
He
Oh,
went
man.
I walk in and I'm like, are you Steve? Because all I know is go in there and look for Steve DiNuccio, and that's whoever. Look for the list. So I walk in. Are you Steve? No, I'm Dirty Grandpa. But that's Steve over there, and I'm like, all right, and been cool since.
Rest
But I am
history.
Steve.
Yep.
He is. Scuba Steve.
Just
That's
not,
our boy.
this does have a cool ass name like DiNuccio. You know?
DiNuccio.
Yeah.
Stevie DiNuccio.
Yeah.
He's watching. Watch out, man.
Yeah.
Are you watching, Steve? I'm not.
We love Steve. He's a great guy.
He'll be on
Hustling.
soon, too.
Oh, he
Which
does
is
a
great.
lot. He does a lot for us. He does 3 open mics. He does his job. He's going to get up at 4:30 to do that.
Doing the
and-
Mermaid.
and he does it effortlessly and tirelessly.
Great
Yes.
guy.
Yep. Always, he's great. I like Steve. But It's not about Mr. June Show right now. It's about Mr. Grandpa here.
Yeah, and I want to highlight how you kind of save the mic in a way. Maybe
Good
that's
point.
what I like to think. You know what I mean? Like I said, so Touch Lounge, we were going there, right, Rob? And then me and Rob was starting out there. I was like, that was home base.
We're starting to really get committed. We're meeting everybody that went there.
Yep.
You know who you are. And then we heard the announcement. We got blindsided.
Yeah,
We heard the announcement. John was like,
news.
oh, by the way, thanks to Ozzy, but, it's shutting down. My heart, broke right there. I was like, fuck, where am I going to go now?
Touch Lounge is home base. But, hey, Steve DiNuccio and John.
It's going to go that way before the end of the night.
I'm drunk. I want my third sip. No, so Steve DiNuccio and John were like, all right, well, that mic was closing down. And then Dirty Grandpa was like, hey, I go to Blue Moon. That's my local watering hole, he calls it. I don't know if he's a camel or what the fuck he means by that, but no, he said it's my local watering hole. So from what I understand, he helped facilitate us getting that mic over to Blue Moon.
Love it.
I wanted to highlight that. You know what I mean? So
that's working out well.
Yeah,
it's working out well. I think it's one of the better ones. I mean, every mic is good.
Dude, what a great
every
turnout
mic is
last
good,
week, wasn't it?
Yes,
we had 30 people sign up.
Yes, and it's like a clubhouse atmosphere.
Always busy.
Everybody interacts. I mean, it's not considered a heckle. It's considered interaction. It's part. It's part of the
all
thing.
love, man.
It's like the night you went up there. You said, "Shit, I ain't really got nothing tonight. I'm just gonna wing it." You got up there. I says, "I got nothing tonight." I said, "You never do."
And then the sky's the limit at that
That's
point.
actually really funny. He said, "Fuck you."
That's exactly what he said. But it's just everybody interacts. I mean, you get. We get our 12, 13, 14 regulars, and we always get somebody different every week, and they always come back.
Yeah,
they come back.
It's
and
great.
It's great because you have people in the parking lot doing their thing, and because there's chairs and stuff in the parking lot, and then you got people from the bar trickling over. The two folks that come over from 39 West have come to talk to them. They're awesome. If you're watching, so it's really cool. I love it, and like you said, it's not a heckle atmosphere. It's all love, man.
It is.
It's like you're busting balls with your best friends. It's a great time.
It is. Yeah. It's just and I'm glad we went over there. The first week, Steve DiNuccio came in and he went, "Whose garage is this?"
I guess
and it's like, but I think it's a lot better that way because, like I said, it's a clubhouse atmosphere. I noticed that you get a heck of a lot more laughs there than at other open mics because there's not one person sitting there and one sitting there. They're all sitting together. I think it's one of the better mics. I mean, don't get me wrong, all the mics are good. Yeah. The Kinsman everybody's mic's good. Everybody's got a little bit of a click. Can I say that? It's a little bit of a click.
Well, you have your regulars at every mic.
That's what I'm saying. You got your regulars and
Yeah, and I guess another shout out too, because I know she'll be watching. Christine will be watching, right? She keeps asking me when I go to the Blue Moon, "Hey, did Dirty get up on your podcast yet?"
Christine's cool.
So we'll shout out to Christine. We'll shout out to
Christine, our bartender on Wednesday nights, Bafangu.
Don't do that.
Hey, shout out to her for
if I don't do that, she's gonna say, "Steve, did I do something wrong?" That's just Christine's good people.
Yep, she's great. She remembers me every week. She knows what I drink. She's awesome. And then of course, shout out to Nick and his business partner for
Steve. And I'm glad they enjoy it. I ask him every week. I said, "Is it worth? Is it worth?"
And it's good shit. I make sure I talk to him every time I can.
Is it worth being here? Is it? He says, "Oh yeah." He says it's, he said, if it wasn't that, he said Wednesday nights might be a little, but Wednesday nights are picking up over there now, even with regular customers.
It is, and let me just say something. When I drove by the X Touch Lounge, which is now a new place, they got no one in that parking lot on Wednesday.
It's kind of
not at all.
Who does?
Not at all.
Blue Moon does, baby. Come on down.
Not at all.
Yeah.
Not at all.
Dirty Grandpa came in, saved the day.
I just thought it was a chin. I asked John. I says, "John, I think I can get you in over there."
Yep.
What do you want me to do? I says, "Can I give him your phone number?" I gave him the phone number, and they talked.
Yeah.
Not all heroes wear capes. They wear whitey tighties sometimes. Just guessing. I don't
know. No.
Or gray Skechers.
Well, actually, it is gray, but it's down to there. I need enough because sometimes it does slip out.
God.
Long
Dirty
Don
in it
Silver over here.
Yeah, right. Not even. Here we go. Now.
Oh,
It's just
the dirty's unraveling. No, but really do. I wanted to highlight that for sure on the show. Definitely. So it's a good spot. Check it out, Blue Moon Pub in Cranston, and
You'll find Dirty there every week, baby.
Yep,
I'm there every week,
Find
and
Dirty.
on other nights I'm there, and
hanging out.
I mean, hanging out. That's my place. I've known Steve and Nick for 30 plus years.
Yep. Yeah.
We've worked
Cool
together. We've drank together. We've hit every bitch in the bar together. No,
That's
but
cool.
it just
Yeah, so it's a
Back
good
in the
spot to
day.
hang out, and you had the inn, so I'm glad that we're doing it there. It's gonna have a long career with it. It's cool too because you can like I know as the warm weather's coming, they plan on like rolling up the plastic or whatever
Yeah.
it is, but even
so
then they have the
people can
doors
sit-
open. And they have chairs outside.
Yes.
It's a good atmosphere
Yes,
for those people
yes.
that might think, hey, maybe I don't want to sit inside of a bar on a nice summer night. You can go out, tell jokes outside, and all
Yes.
that. It'd be kind of
Yes.
cool.
Yes.
Which is big for me because I like to do a lot of things outside in the summer. So it'd be nice to have a mic outside to
And
some extent.
there might be there's going to be probably an 8 to 10 week break. Maybe not a break, but he's renovating outside.
Yep.
Everything's going to be enclosed. There could be food out there. There's going to be another cooler, a bar
Hey, if it's
bar
gonna make it
out
10 times
there.
better.
It'll be where you can
You know what's
fit
crazy?
about 50, 60 people out there comfortably.
No shit. Well, what's funny is that you say that. I told my parents, we're doing the Mike Bloom. And they, oh, we've been there. I go, what do you mean, been there? Oh, they do concerts over there. They have like a fucking stage outside.
What was I talking to you
Yeah,
about earlier?
exactly.
Off stage, you're
Kick-ass.
telling me about
Well,
that,
they got Dirty Deeds that go there and shit. Like,
They got
it's good
the
time.
Senders every Friday.
Oh, the Senders
Saturday.
too. My parents love the Senders, dude.
Oh, yeah, I know, but
Yeah.
and I've seen them there before, and
Yeah.
every time I see them there now, I'm going to say, you know something? Your fucking kids are assholes.
They sort of say,
They'll
hey,
probably say, I'm going to buy you a drink.
they're like, we know.
But no,
They're
I've
they
seen
watch
them
these.
there. I've seen them there before.
Yep.
But every Friday, Saturday night until I think the first weekend in September, they have live bands, weather permitting, every Friday, Saturday night. Then
Great
the
time.
week
What a
of the
good
week
spot,
of the
man.
feast, the week of St. Mary's Feast, which is the third Wednesday of every July, for 5 days, they have a band every night.
Yeah. Well, hey, there you go. Blue Moon Pub. You got music, comedy, all our comedy friends. You haven't been to Blue Moon yet? Check it out. Come
Yeah.
out, support.
42 Phoenix Avenue,
Yep.
Cranston, Rhode Island.
Yep. Text Steve the New York Show to get a spot. And
Yeah,
we'll see you
yeah,
there.
that's
Drinks are cold and the entertainment's hot.
Yep.
That's it, baby.
Yeah,
Yep.
Get it.
yeah.
Entertainment's hot, old and dirty. You got a little bit of everything. You got some young guys going up there. But
And then you got this asshole going.
yeah, me. I'm the asshole. Yeah.
Oh, don't flatter yourself.
Well, let's get into a little bit about your background, like how you got into comedy, why. Tell us a little bit about your story. I mean, you were telling me off the mic that you were doing some work at Periwinkle, stuff like that. Let us know a little bit about your background.
I wasn't doing the stuff at Periwinkle's, but I always I went there 2-3 times a week in the 80s, early 90s. Never had the balls to go up there. I would heckle the shit out of every comic and get fucking crushed in return, as I should have. But I never had the balls to go up there. They used to have the funniest comic contests, but I went there every week. But actually, you can say I kind of got started. How old are you?
30. I'll be 36 next month.
Okay,
so let's just say 36.
You wouldn't know. Sam's Records downtown.
Okay.
I went in there one day. You'll appreciate this. I bought a Motorhead album. I bought a Queensryche album.
There you go.
The Dead Kennedys.
Nice.
Oh, wow.
Johnny Rotten and the Sex Pistols.
Yep, there
That's
you
how
go.
I thought Johnny named himself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Oh, man.
I was walking by and
Tugging
I
at my
saw
heartstrings right now.
I saw George Carlin's Class Clown in the front. And I
Yep.
just picked it up. And I started listening to that, and then I started doing the 7 words, in bars and doing some
Yep.
of his stuff in bar, this, that, and the other. And then I found Rodney Dangerfield a year later.
There you
There
go.
you go.
And you kind of know most of my shit is one-liners and stuff.
Yeah.
But I saw him, and I said, "Yeah, this is what I want to do."
Mm-hmm.
And I never had the balls to do it. And then I discovered Andrew Dice Clay.
Oh, yeah. Let's go.
Yeah, I'm not surprised.
Dude,
I see some of your comedy in that.
me?
Yeah,
Oh,
like-
come on.
like the one-
I'm the headliner at a Christmas bazaar in December. But and I saw him, and he's dirty, dirty as shit.
Oh, that's for sure.
Maybe even dirtier than me, but
Yeah.
I don't think of it. No.
he kind of he kind of gets dirty. But I saw his stuff and I started, mimicking him. Mary, Mary, quite contrary. Trim that bush, it's too damn hairy. Just I started mimicking him, and and going that, and I still never had the balls to do anything.
So tell us about the day you grew balls.
I grew balls with John Parada's comedy course.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say I grew balls. I finally got the balls to do it. It took me 60 years to get up in front of people and fucking do it.
Would it be safe to say you found your comedy balls? I found mine.
Oh
Still,
no!
every now and then they get lost
I
sometimes.
don't have balls. I have piss flaps.
Okay, so you found your piss flaps.
So I just,
The balls have been since removed.
yes,
They still in the shoebox in the ex-wife's closet. What's going on?
I would have no problem making the transition. I don't.
Halfway there.
This
is awesome.
Got it, but when I finally got the balls, and then I did the graduation show. I got booked.
Yep.
I got booked, and I showed you a little bit. Maybe I'll show you after this is over. But my first show was at the Comedy Connection.
There you go.
2 weeks before they shut the world down.
Yeah.
I thought I had momentum, and I was booked 2 more times, and they shut the world down. And then, when we opened back up, not that I didn't lose momentum. I just, when I get a shot, but that, like I said, Andrew Dice, George Collin, Andrew Dice, Rodney,
Amen.
You can see in some of my jokes that there's one-liners and there's there's a few things, but I like it. I mean, you guys, I don't know what you want to do with your career, but
No clue.
me, I kind of consider it a hobby.
Yeah.
I like doing it.
Okay.
I like making people laugh. I'm glad I met you guys. I met a lot of people in comedy.
Yeah.
Have a lot of fun. I just like to tell jokes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the big thing for me. Meeting people, spreading. As Matt says, I'll adopt it. This episode, spreading positivity. I was thinking about that today. Actually, when you said that. I like that. And yeah, it's a hobby, but I mean, wouldn't we all love to have it as a career?
You know what? No, I think, I don't know if do you agree, Dirty, but like me, personally, I think it brings a purpose into life, like in a way, like it brings positivity, it brings a purpose. Like we got you on the podcast, you shout people out. I went to the XO Bar open mic tonight. I was talking with some people, and people were being nice to me. It was just like it's a good like camaraderie vibe.
Yeah.
And it's all about, because I think what it is like, you go to an open mic and you're having so much fun, or you're hanging out and you're on cloud nine. You spread that, you take that energy and you send it to everyone else. You know what I mean? Me personally, I'm in it for the laughs, talking to people, hanging out.
Yeah.
And you meet true friends along the way.
Yes, you
I
do.
think.
Yes, you do. They're definitely comedy friends. And then taking to school, and Colleen Galvin is really
she's
good.
great.
She's very good at her craft. She, at the end of every week, she would, if you picked her ear, she would tell you what she thought your strengths were and maybe your weaknesses were. Mm-hmm. That helped. And then if you ever get a chance to see her brother, Eddie.
He was at the open mic.
Yeah,
and I did a show
but if
with
you
him.
ever get a chance to see Eddie Galvin when he's going to have a 10, 15-minute set, definitely go. You'll piss yourself because he's got a crate full of props. You will not stop laughing.
Cool.
Yeah.
But
I met him for the first time last week. I don't know if he'll remember me. I said, nice to meet you, Eddie. He shook my hand, but I didn't get to see his set that night, unfortunately. But that was the first time I met him.
That was only a 5-minute set. But like I said, if you see him do a 10 to 15-minute set, you won't be disappointed.
He did something like that at Lemongrass when I performed there recently with John. He was on the bill. I appreciate him. He comes in with his notebook, everything, doesn't care. He's doing his thing. Everyone was laughing his ass off.
And I could be wrong, but I think that's part of his gig. Like if he does a joke and he doesn't get a laugh, like in 5 seconds, he rips the card up and he throws it away.
He does that.
And,
Yeah.
but that's his thing, and it's great.
I feel like some people would be like, all right, well, here's this guy comes up on stage with a notebook. People are like, is he an amateur? Like people might think that, but honestly, from when I've read John's book, How Comedy Saved My Life, and this guy has been doing it for a while. and he is funny. And I saw his props. He had a hat on. I won't go into his detail and spoil his work, but it's really funny. And
It sounds like the Notebook is a prop then.
dude,
that's what I got to stop doing.
Funny.
I haven't
This
seen it,
guy's
but
hilarious.
it wouldn't be the first time. Like Johnny Rotten was saying, like the Notebook's up there, but you don't need it.
Yeah.
So it's probably his problem. So
I
that's
got to
cool.
start doing.
I have to check him out then. That's
I
all.
have to start doing that. That's my biggest problem is my attention span. Fucking sucks. It doesn't take much for me to get
A lot of senior moments. I
off.
guess.
Oh God, yeah.
He had a lapse in
just
memory.
messing
It's gonna be the roast dirty grandpa couch right now.
That's
No.
it. But it's just that I got to start doing the sets without the
Yeah, without the notebook. Or
without the
whatever.
notebook. That's what I got to start practicing. I mean, I've got
It's all muscle
13,
memory.
14 pages of jokes, which is a good 15-minute solid set, but I don't have the attention span to keep it. And I'm starting to read it every night. Every night I'm reading it, I
Nice,
keep
man.
reading it to hopefully, because Wednesday night I'm not going to use the I'm not going to use the notes. I'm just going to
There
get
you
up
go.
there and do what I
But
got
I
to
mean,
do.
I've seen you go up there and not use the notes like a lot.
Yeah, but it's just like some nights I got to get
depends
up
on
there
your
and I
mood.
got to learn how to let one joke go into another. They don't have to all be like that, but I got to
Right.
get my set to where I got a solid 8 minutes, and then add new stuff.
Yeah.
I got some mainstays, and then I try a different new joke every week, and
All right. Well, that kind of goes into the whole question I was going to ask next as well. So we can kind of jump around, but what's your style of comedy? We already kind of touched upon that a little bit, but kind of wraps into like that and like what's your writing process like if you're willing to share?
I don't actually have a writing process.
Yeah.
I might go months without thinking of anything, and I might be in a market and I see something,
Yeah.
and that's like, and that was last week. I tried it last week after my shopping bit. This was the truth. I was walking down an aisle and there was a little spill, and I was passing the robot, and I blasted one, and it was loud. And 20 seconds later, this is just coincidence, clean up in aisle 6.
I'll 6 your pants.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I couldn't stop laughing. I'm just saying
That's
that
hilarious.
sometimes that's how, I see that sometimes, and that just happens. It's just like
Yeah.
talking to you earlier. The couch joke
Yeah.
is a true story. Up until I turned it into, the woman couldn't pay for her drink. She paid cash, then she went to pay with her credit card. She couldn't pay, and she definitely turned to me and said, "What can I do for you to pay off?" I thought you were gonna like fling a.
No. My wife says I look standoffish because I'm like this.
But
Hanging out.
So
but she
now I
definitely
gotta
turned
do
to
one of
me.
these,
She actually
Yeah,
asked me.
please tell me all about it.
Hello.
Yeah. Making them comfortable.
Hello.
I can't make him
It's
feel
the
uncomfortable. Stop.
casting couch.
Yeah.
Touch my wiener.
I can't wait for this follow up question I have for you, but continue.
But and she asked me what she can do to pay off this tab, and I turned it into a joke. But
Yeah, you did.
I turned it into a joke, but I told her, I says, "What the fuck is wrong with you? You think that little of yourself? You're gonna suck my fucking dick for $9?"
Oh my god.
That's exactly what I told her.
My question is, did you actually lick the couch?
You know something? I don't care how drunk I can get. There's no way I am gonna miss the cookie.
All right.
There's no way I'll ever miss that.
Now, can you share that joke with everybody?
Share the joke.
Yeah.
You can go
Spill
into
the
it
tea.
different ways. I was at a watering hole, and this woman came in, and she had a couple of beers. She paid cash, and then she had one more for the road. She went to pay with her credit card, and they declined it. And she turned to me and she said, "Sir, what can I do to you to pay off this tab?" So I turned it into a joke. I says, "I'm dirty grandpa. For $9, I'll mushroom cap the fucking shit out of you." I said, "I only live a couple of blocks down the street. Let's go to my house." We get to my house. We get in the living room. We get naked. I'm going to town on this woman. I'm going to town on it. 2 minutes in, I said, "How come you're so dry tonight?" She says, "Move up a half an inch. You're licking the couch." I turned it into a joke.
Yeah.
I mean, shit like that is.
Yeah, real life situation.
Legend has it there's still a wet spot on that couch today.
I'll never clean it.
Looks like a
that's
dog.
That's the only cushion I don't clean. I just
You sick fuck. I heard John's voice. You're a sick man, Steve.
yes, he said that, and you know, I mean, and this is a true story too. A woman came into the same place and she sat down next to me, and we were having a great time all night. Busting balls, it's closing time, and she asked me if I came here often. I says, "No, I usually wait till I get home." And it's just, you're asking the wrong fucking person, lady.
That's funny.
Jesus, but no, I mean, it's just, I don't have a writing style. I just, you know, I go with the flow. Sometimes I jot notes
like
down. I
Yeah.
got like a shit ton of notes in here, and then I try and, but I don't have the attention span. I was telling Rob, if Maureen McCarthy didn't mention the tattooing Gucci on my balls because she wanted a designer bag, I would have forgot the joke.
Yeah, hey, that's funny. We'll have to ask her about that when she comes on the show next.
Yeah, she had
be
just
on.
mentioned it, and I looked through my notes. I says, "What the fuck? I forgot that joke."
Yeah. That is so funny. Designer bags. I tattooed Gucci on my balls. I think the way you deliver it too is funny, because like you got that pause. You know what I mean? And then just the way you say it is really funny to me. You know,
That's what it is. Delivery's
delivery's
like
big.
Colleen says, presents that don't end punchline. It's one thing I got to learn. Johnny mentioned it last week. Johnny Rotten. I don't pause enough in between jokes. I try and bang the
that's a
next
big
joke
thing.
out while laughs haven't subsided yet.
Maybe just telling the audience, just
You know, I just wait a
Subconsciously.
while, let it calm down, and
Yep.
then go into it. But
I have that problem too. I think I did that tonight. Like I made because
You
I,
didn't let it
maybe I
breathe?
didn't expect the joke to land. So like I told my joke, and it laughed, and then everyone laughed, and that was it.
yeah,
Breaking.
sure, I'll have one.
This guy's going to get a beer. But I don't know. Should I continue? But yeah, no.
Yeah, keep going.
Yeah, no, I just think it's funny, because sometimes you don't expect a laugh. I mean, maybe it's a confidence thing, but yeah, I was like, oh wow, and then like people will laugh, and then sometimes like I'll start talking again, but you gotta let it just simmer for a second.
Yeah,
you know what
yeah.
I mean? Let it resonate.
Yeah, that's what I got to start doing that, and just slow it down a little bit, because I got enough material for solid sets, but
Yeah,
I just gotta
yeah.
look at this.
This guy brought back the care package.
just getting dirty grandpa out of his beer. I guess.
Oh,
Fucking-
I'll open it up with my teeth.
That's a twist off.
He'll open it up with his piss flaps.
That's water. You can twist it off.
You already tried. His arthritis is kicking in. He can't.
Should I spare him? Wow, Core stepped up their game. Here you go, sir.
My stepbrother's bottle opener.
There we go.
There he is.
It's like I picked up that night to stop.
I'll take-
Fucking that.
I'll take back that opener from Matt, though.
Yeah, I know, right?
I'll take back that opener if you don't mind.
Oh, okay. You could open.
Should have done.
There you go.
Jesus, I knew you'd
Thank you,
spit
sir.
on this.
I would not spit on that.
I just might.
Did you guys behave while I was gone?
Yeah, I just might tickle my balls with this.
There you go. You can take it home. Fucking give it a wash afterwards.
But
I love
like
this.
like we were talking, I gotta wait to simmer down. I just gotta slow down a little bit. I mean, I got confidence. I
Yeah.
need to do a few more. I need to do a few shows.
Yep.
The mic on Wednesday night is good because it's so close together. People actually laugh. But when
Yeah.
you go to some mics and they're spread apart, no. But
Yeah.
you really don't get a feel for your jokes unless there's a crowd.
yeah.
I love bigger crowds. The graduation show, 200 people. Comedy Connection that night sold out, 200 people.
Yeah.
Once you get that first laugh, then you get the motivation
Oh
to
my
keep
god.
going.
Yeah. It's
You
like
get-
it's like a drug in a way. You know what I mean? It's like it's a high you feel. You chase it. You know.
You know what's crazy? I equate comedy to golf. And if there's any golfers out there, I know. It's how I equate it, right?
You just never mind.
You, no, never mind. You can just hold that thought. If you're like me and you suck at golf, you could shit it up all 18 holes, but maybe that one hole you hit a bogey, or maybe you had a good chip and a good putt. You want to go back, right?
Yes.
with comedy.
Yes.
I take L's every week, but there's that one set that I got a laugh on with one joke. I want to go back, baby.
Yep.
And you just
yeah,
keep
it
it.
brings you
there's
back
gonna be nights
every
where
time.
there's going to be nights, where you don't have your A game for some reason. You just
Usually I'm just tired from work or pissed
whatever.
off
You
or
don't
whatever.
you don't have your A game, but the next time you're gonna have your A game. It's I haven't done enough shows to say I've ever bombed. I did bomb one time.
I don't believe it.
No. I still got the video. Maybe I'll show you. I was part of a comedy showcase at the Knights of Columbus.
Yep.
And that was the reason why I stopped drinking for a whole year.
Oh.
The date of that, I stopped drinking. I was so hammered. I started drinking at 1 o'clock in the afternoon.
Jesus.
I got to the Knights of Columbus. Shot in a beer of what I drank was $5. I was the next to the last comic to go off. I didn't go off till 10:30. I got up there. I did 2 jokes. And I said, I'm too fucking drunk. And I walked off.
That's awesome.
I walked off.
You can play that off like a bit, That should be your bit from now on.
I walked off.
Oh, man.
And I, for a little while, I think John might have been a little sour with me.
And hold on
it was
a second.
embarrassing.
There's
but
video evidence of this?
my daughter has the video.
Oh, my
I'll
God.
have to.
Miss, is she married?
Vanessa, no, she's not married. But
All
she
right, Miss
does have a
Finley, we
boyfriend.
need the video.
And no, she knows she'll
Donate it. You can send it to royboyspodcast at
She
gmail.com.
knows if she ever does that, she's out of the fucking will.
Yeah. that will's
She's
going to be
gone.
used soon,
She's
so you got
gone.
to be careful.
I know, I don't have too much time left. I'm older than fucking dirt. I'm ready.
You're probably older than this
Jesus
fucking this record player I got behind me that people can't see.
Oh, that's cool.
That was
a
his record
Pioneer?
player.
Is that a Pioneer?
Yeah.
Yeah, cool.
It's Centrex by Pioneer, buddy.
Yeah.
No, I love this thing. This is my baby. I mean, you guys can't see it. It's totally off the cuff, but it's my baby right there. Anyway. Yeah, because this is where we do the podcast in my room. I friggin' collect music and movies. You know what I mean? But,
we know what you mean.
We're working on it. We're gonna do a montage where Rob just clips me. You know what I mean? And guess what? I talk with clients all day at work, and guess what? I feel like, you know what I mean?
You know
I'm
what I
on the
mean?
phone standing there doing a business call. So yeah, you want her? You know what I mean? It's what it is. You know what I mean? You know what I mean?
Man, I like this, dude. You're getting loose for a podcast, finally.
Let's go. It's that
Yeah,
one.
3 sips of beer.
It's that one little
Let's
beer
just
that I
say.
had. Look, I'm still
that
nursing
dirty
it.
grandpa.
Yeah. The
effect.
next time I'll take some crystal meth.
Did we
and
actually
we'll-
ask you any real questions tonight?
Yeah, you did.
Oh,
Yes. We're just kind of going off on a tangent, going back to
That's
things.
how we do
It's
it, baby.
cool
But you know
because
what, my
This is going to be a special. Let's just go as long as
you
we
know
need
what
to.
you know what my last week you said what was the most memorable.
Yeah, that's
thing?
another question I want.
Okay, so that
Give us a memorable.
I wasn't a comic, but 1982, Rodney Dangerfield at the Ocean State, which is
said
now the
82?
Providence. 1982.
Okay, yep.
And at the time, I had thick ass, curly, afroish hair.
Fuck
I'm not
yeah.
kidding you. That's why I always ask my mom if she ever did a black guy before she had that.
Mom, did you ever have jungle fever? Like,
Jesus.
So anyway, it's the truth. But anyway, thick afroish, curly hair, and Rodney's going, I need a cigarette. Who's got a cigarette? I need a cigarette.
Yeah.
I don't know if you know who this guy is. So I got up. I'm 5 rows back on the floor. I get up. I go around the side. I'm going up the stairs. He goes, ooh, look, the illegitimate son of Don King.
don't know who.
Don King was a boxing promoter.
Okay. Sorry, because we know who Rodney is. You mean Don King?
Yeah, I meant Don King.
Okay,
Yeah,
all
that's
right.
what I say, But, I mean, I used to ask my mother, seriously, I asked her one night, come on, you can tell me. You gave me a full belly. You had a roof over my head. Did you fuck a black guy before you did that?
Jesus.
She goes, what are you talking about? I says, Mom, you filled my belly. You had a roof over my head. I'll love you the same. Did you fuck a black guy, before you fucked that? She goes, no. She goes, why are you asking me that? I says, how come every time I go swimming, I come out, my fucking hair's still dry?
I thought you were going to say, no, he was Portuguese.
No, but I just... And that's a joke I should tell. I should tell that in front of Jonathan Rollins and Tajay Cobb.
Oh,
geez.
shout out
They
to them,
probably
too. I
get
love
a
those
kick
guys.
out of it.
Oh no, they are great. Jonathan's got energy up the wazoo.
Yeah. I like
That guy's
Tajay.
Tajay's
shit,
got
dude.
energy too.
Tajay's
They're very
a
good.
kid.
I love
Very
those guys.
talented. We got a lot of talented comics. I'm like Lucas. He's gonna do great.
Oh my God, we gotta
Tony
get him on
Max
the
is gonna do
podcast
great.
ASAP. I can't wait.
He's gonna do
We got to get
great.
Tajay and Rollins on this, man.
Yeah, I just don't know. You
Yeah.
know. Well,
They're awesome.
they're gonna see it anyway. But fuck it. I said, you think they'll get mad some night? You know, like if I did that joke and say, "What's the difference?"
No, because
you all look the same anyway.
you were talking about chewing chiclets one night.
yeah,
remember?
yeah.
They didn't whoop your ass. So you're good.
right. So I am good.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus Christ. I told Jonathan one night, I don't know if he remembers, I says, I can take any fucking chick off of you. He says, how? I says, we eat pussy.
This is the episode that's gonna get us canceled. Thanks, Dirty Chris.
We're already canceled.
No.
Oh, Jesus Christ. I heard stuff worse than
Yeah,
this
yeah.
on
That's awesome.
that
You can
podcast.
say whatever the fuck you want, man.
Well, to an extent, you don't want to get yourself canceled either. I'm having fun on this podcast.
Dude,
I
I,
want to keep the
I
train
dropped the C
rolling.
word at the Johnny Rollins episode. We're good, man.
Oh,
Oh, you didn't listen to the whole thing, did you? Then
I might have missed that because I might have went to get a beer or maybe snort a line or do, you know.
You went to go untie his. You went to go untie his girlfriend.
Johnny Rollins was all like, he's like, "Can I say fuck on this?" I'm like, "Bro,
Jesus
here's a letter
Christ.
from the editor. You can say." And then I just dropped it. Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah. Yeah.
You just can't.
We rely on crowdfunding at this point. Like we're not going to be promoted on the algorithm at all.
See, that's something I got to learn how
So
to. What's
like
an
and
algorithm?
subscribe.
It sounds like a disease. Stay away from. He's got algorithm.
Algorithm is like a complex piece of code that YouTube has that promotes or denies, and
Okay,
you
so
know
they
helps basically exposure. You know,
right.
it's almost like SEO in a way internally to YouTube, and it picks out and hears you if you say stupid shit like cunt,
Yeah.
vagina, pussy, whatever.
Hey,
So
but
all
more
six, all,
audience,
the, all those
better.
almost 60 subscribers subscribe
Hey, there you go.
are
Definitely,
all on merit, baby. They're,
Definitely.
We got
Subscribe
58
to the-
I couldn't even pay
subscribers.
for subscribers if I
Yeah.
wanted to.
Yeah.
We got 58 true subscribers, and I like to say, you know, I mean, I wouldn't want to pay for subscribers. It's not true. We get 58. We get 58. We get 60. Great. If we get 1,000 subscribers, great. As long as we're getting it from having you guys, you know, you Dirty Grandpa and friggin' Barry Wilson, always everyone that comes on the podcast, our future guests. That's what we really appreciate it. You know what I mean? But you know, I won't go off on a tangent again. But
yeah.
you know, we appreciate everybody.
Tangent,
But you know, so definitely, I think you know, going over everything, like you know,
The best is yet to
jokes.
come, man.
Did you know, I'm looking at my notes and I'm saying, did you know that George Carlin got arrested one night for doing the 7 words you can't say on TV?
I've heard of that.
Love it, man.
He got-
I don't love
he
they got
got-
arrested, but
he-
I love that we're exposing
got-
this. I say it's almost. I don't want to cut you off. I say it's almost every single time.
Yeah.
It's like you should say what the fuck you
He
want.
got
dude.
arrested for that. And
Right.
and did you know he was the first ever host of Saturday Night Live?
Yep.
I didn't know that, but I knew he was the train conductor on Thomas the Tank Engine.
Thomas the Tank, right? He
Go
did that
figure,
all the
right?
time. He did all, but yeah, he.
Do you
Yeah.
well? Do you have a favorite comedian? Not just Rhode Island. I don't want to single anybody out. I'm talking more like you know, more of like big names, like famous comedians, like George. You got George Carlin. You
I
about
loved,
fucking,
like I said,
you
I
guys
started
those
with
guys.
George Carlin.
Great.
His comedy is truth and storytelling, and then I got into Rodney Dangerfield and Dice Clay. I got into the one line of dirty comedy.
Yeah.
That's why I think when I get up there, I think I obviously tend to probably resonate more with a younger crowd.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a shock factor when I lay a one line.
That's what it is.
You know, it's a shock. Wow, this guy, right?
Wow, that's-
oh, Jesus fucking
That
Christ!
sweet old guy at Shaw's, like he was talking about
Yeah,
licking couches,
going up
and-
2 inches from a dry couch. Like, what the
yeah.
hell?
I mean, I got a joke one time. I was at Stop and Shop, and,
Oh, boy.
and I'm looking to get some cold cuts, and there was a young couple, and they're looking through, and I'm talking to him. She goes, He goes, I don't know what to do. She doesn't want to try anything I knew. And she doesn't want to try anything new. And I right out, I said, your sex life must be boring.
You don't want to try any new meat, so
and yeah, that's where it was.
jeez, you can make a joke out of that.
You wanna try some
old meat?
I didn't even think of that. All right, he just gave me some material.
yeah, you should
this
use that.
guy.
I would love
but
that.
it's just like, but it's just that's how I tend to get it.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
like I don't, like you asked earlier. I know we go off on tangents. I don't have a writing style. Sometimes I think of it. Sometimes I don't. Like, I'm gonna try that joke. Wednesday night.
There you go. You got life.
Mom,
Want some
did you
molded
fuck a
meat?
black guy? No, but that I'll do that. But Mom, did you fuck a black guy? I'm gonna do that Wednesday night.
There you
You
go.
should.
Only when Jonathan's there. If I'm up early, I'm gonna go back up and do that joke.
Yeah.
You know what you should do before you do the joke to this? Hey, Mom, did you ever
oh, that's
have sex with a black guy? It's just like, look.
well, that's how every black joke starts. But Jesus Christ, but no.
That's
But I like doing it.
If you're listening to this, I looked over my shoulder.
I just like doing it. I like making
Yeah.
people laugh and
Yeah. That's what it's all about.
You
At
know,
the end of the day, you know what I mean? Now,
That's funny.
we had touched base with memorable moments, right? Like, do you remember? You said you remembered something that sticks out to you. Right? We went over that, right?
well, that the Rodney Dangerfield one.
Yeah, all right.
But also, John Parada. You remember my redhead? She was at my roasting show that I don't
was it?
remember too much about.
Sorry.
My kids were at the show.
Oh, yeah, I remember. I
redhead.
remember your son.
Yeah, my son, my daughter, the redhead, but she was.
Yep, I remember your daughter and your daughter's boyfriend were there. Was
Yeah.
there too. Yep, I remember that.
Well,
Yep.
one night I was doing a show. I used to do the shows all the time at my old work, and John Parada was the headliner. We had that night. Steve DiNuccio.
Yep.
We had Anthony Brooks, the stuttering comic. Johnny Rotten was on the bill. I forget who else it was, but you know John's schmear.
Yeah.
And what was good about it was the sound system I had was a wireless one. So you could walk around the bar. They were walking around the bar and breaking
No
on
shit.
people and shit.
there
But
you go.
John's going around and he's busting his balls. Now, at the time, he didn't know that was my daughter.
Oh, boy.
And my daughter's boyfriend's hair was dyed 5 different colors. If you want to call this a memorable thing, 5 different colors. So he's doing this thing. He walks up to the table. He goes, "How you doing, buddy?" He goes, "What did you do? Fuck a rainbow?" Just so I'm laughing. And he says to my daughter, again, not knowing it was my daughter, "I'm worried. Do your parents know you're dating him?" She turned around and said, "That's my dad." He goes, "Now I'm really fucking worried." That's just the kind of guy. That's just
he's
the
a
kind
ball
of guy
buster.
he is.
He's a ball buster.
Oh God, I was pissing myself.
He's
when
a
he
ball
said
buster
that.
at the end of the day. You know what I mean?
Yes, that's what it is. That's
You know what
his-
you mean.
Yeah. I'm doing it
That's
again. Hold on. Getting that up here.
Oh, man.
Is it here?
Your cat is chilling right
Yeah,
now.
she's chilling. I'm taking a picture of her hanging out on the podcast with us. Now, I kind of want to touch on this before we before we kind of go into the last bit here. Can we just touch base on that roast that we had of you really quick? That was a lot of fun.
Oh God, I had
roast
a
fun.
I had a
Dirty
ball.
Grandpa.
I saw some of what the comics did. I don't remember too much because my birthday I have a tradition. Doesn't matter what time. If I get up 4:30 in the morning or 8:30 in the morning, I do 12 shots because I was born on the 12th of March. I do 12
Jesus.
nips, and I was on 8 nips before I got there. And then your asshole brother,
This guy right here.
he threw a heck of a lot more in there. I don't remember. But that
It's
was
your birthday. Let me buy you one. What do you want?
That was absolute. That was an absolute blast. Lucas Estrella,
loved
that
it, dude. Such a good
fucking
day.
punk.
Dude, oh, that
Look at
kid's
that
hilarious.
punk. Lucas creamed me. I saw his set.
You know who fucked you over? It was Lidecker.
Oh God,
Oh my
yeah.
god, he fucking
He got
roasted
you,
you.
dude.
He just did a roast at the Rosario Club. I
Yeah,
think it
last
was.
night with
Yeah, oh my
Brian
god.
Vincent.
Yeah, fucking Leslie's Wicker friggin' I roasted his ass. She's like, yeah, you remind me of Buddy Holly of comedy. It reminds me when the day comedy died or something like that. Dude, it was
That's
fucking
great.
hysterical.
Now
It was funny.
the,
But yeah,
the 2 jokes that I saw of him was, and he's going to my. He's looking at my kids and he goes, "Your father's so old he comes dust." And
Who
then
said that?
Aaron Leidecker.
Yeah.
And then he
Oh,
says,
that's right. He called you a poof or something.
Yeah, he goes.
I can't wait to have
We
Alan
all
on.
call him Poof Daddy. Then it was
Bro,
but
that's
it's just-
good.
Rob, but we have him on it. We got to touch base with him, asking about the roasted dirty grandpa. Remember the joke you fucking you roasted him?
Dude, I'm
Oh,
so
that was
psyched
fantastic.
he's going to be on there.
and he didn't. He didn't. He thought it was a regular open mic. It was supposed to be, but you were the one who made the.
I made the banners for
You
it,
made
yeah.
the banners, everything. The
Roast the host.
Roast the host, and everybody was in there. The laughs were
everyone
like
loved it.
They were. It was off the fucking rail. But
Call you Poof Daddy.
Poof Daddy. Yeah.
Poof
Yeah.
Daddy.
That's
Poof
like,
Daddy. So
yeah.
it's just it's. I mean, getting back into the roast, that was fun. You touched base on that, but getting back a little bit, backtracking. I met Brian Vincent at the Knightsville pub.
Yep.
Debbie DiBiasio was a bartender there, this, that, and the other. I met him. I didn't know he was a comic at the time, blah, 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 and I started doing my schmear.
Yeah.
I started doing my jokes, this, that, and the other. He goes, take the comedy course. I go, what comedy course?
Brian
He said,
Vincent is the one who recommends you take the comedy
he
course.
recommended.
That's legendary.
He's
dude.
awesome.
He recommended I take the course.
Brian
I
Vincent's
said,
so
yeah. He
fucking
goes,
funny.
look, he goes, even if you can't afford it, I'll fucking pay for it. Take the course.
Yeah.
Nice, dude.
So, I mean, I took the course. I've worked with him several times, and he's headlined a couple of shows I did at my old work, but
We have the best community, don't we, folks?
he
Come on,
recommended I
it's
did it, and he was the one who got pissed because I showed him my set at the graduation show 6 years ago.
Got to see that, man.
I walked off to the side. The lights was bothering me. I wasn't under the spotlight. He says, don't ever fucking do that again.
Who said that?
Brian
Oh,
Vincent. Don't ever
right.
do that again.
No.
He goes,
Yeah.
don't be a pussy. He goes,
He's a career comic.
he's, he gives you advice. Take it.
Yeah.
Brian, I wish I had his attention span because he's got like 43,000 jokes. And
Yeah, he's fucking.
He knows a really nice old woman, too.
Yeah.
She just turned 99. If you look it up
she
on
just, she
Facebook,
just turned 99. It just
keep tabs on this stuff. That is funny. Yeah.
I can't say I would hit it, but
We got to get him on this, too, man.
oh
Yeah.
God, you'll have a
Oh, my God.
you'll laugh your ass.
We're getting a better setup, and I want to really, these people that come on the cast, I really want to make sure they're comfortable. This is, listen, everybody, if you've been watching to this point, this was a couch I bought off Job Lot Online. It was just for me to hang out and freaking chill, listen to music and stuff. But then we started this podcast, and we're gonna get a new setup. Rob's working on some new tech. That banner right there.
I got the tech, guys.
That's my metal banner. I'm taking that down. Lucas, we're gonna blow up his logo he made and make it to a banner. It's gonna be awesome. But yeah.
Yeah, we'll have actual fucking XLR mics, dude. It's gonna be.
That's cool. You got a
be
good
awesome,
setup
baby.
now. It's just nice and relaxed.
Yeah. This is my.
We're sitting on the couch, man.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
It's really just the couch, that fucking
Yeah.
bar.
It's a nice aesthetic, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Except for the crotch,
I think it's funny because Dirty Grandpa was like, "Oh, we're going down. We're going downstairs, right?"
I thought it was a cellar. Like
we thought we were doing.
We could go in the garage.
fucking
yeah, I know.
basement.
I thought it was like downstairs and just it's.
No,
But
there's
hey.
ghosts down there, bro. We ain't going down.
Yeah, this apartment's haunted, by the way. Anyway,
And I was telling him earlier, nothing to do with comedy, but I can see my old house
You know,
from the front of the house at the Dryden Boulevard, first house on the right. I used to own it until I met her.
I used to live down.
long did you have that
I lived
house
over there for 2 years. I lived in that neighborhood for 2 years, 3 years.
the conversations we have off camera, it's funny.
We should just do like sub episodes, Roy Brothers podcast off camera.
There you go. What's
Just
the,
throw it
the
up.
behind the scenes?
Oh, you know what would be good? Like if you have a hot mic. Oh, fucking Rob Roy's a piece of fucking shit.
Hey, dude, call me whatever you want.
No, but I'm just saying that would be the hot mic just to hear some
be
of
awesome.
the fucking shit that comes out of people's mouths.
Jesus,
you
I know.
Hey man, I like
Imagine that.
I like that we got. Hope no one out there saying some stuff like that. But hey, can't make everybody happy. We're here to
can, man.
spread the positivity. Love
Say what the
it.
fuck you want.
No,
You know?
just comedy. That's just I used
Comedy,
to.
man, it's great.
I just used to break balls in bars and shit. Now I use comedy as a positive, but
Yeah.
before I used to use it to hide shit.
Yep.
I might not have ever met you two guys. 2014,
Yeah.
76 stitches.
What happened?
Jeez.
I sliced my wrists.
Jesus. Okay.
Well, I'm just saying. So I just now I see a shrink once a month, whether I need it or not,
Yep.
and I always lay at least one joke on her.
Hey man. Hey.
Just at least one
I'm
joke.
sorry, did you say you hit on her at least once?
Oh no, no.
Just kidding.
No, I can't hit on this one because I got to hear the radio when somebody sits on my face. It's not good.
Well, we're glad you're here, Dirty.
Yeah, no,
but it's
honestly,
just-
hey.
well, no, I mean, I did. It's.
Well,
I wasn't a perfect person. I just, it took.
well, appreciate you sharing. I mean, at the end
It
of
took
the day,
a while to reach out. And
you got to do it though. You got to do it. You know what I mean? You got to do it. People, oh, I'm a man. I talk to people. It's no big deal. You know what I mean? You got to do what
it's
you got to do.
nothing wrong with seeing a shrink.
So is comedy is in a way like it kind of like helps you?
Oh God, yeah.
Yeah.
God,
That's what,
yeah.
I
I mean,
think
I
that's
look.
a good point.
I mean, I wish I could go out and do it more. I mean, soon enough I will be able to. But I love Wednesday nights. Once in a while I'll get to Jake and Johnny's because I got to be frugal with my dollars. But
Yeah.
I love going there and letting loose.
You know what? I think. When's the last time you did an actual show? I have a point to this question, but yeah, when's the last time?
I'm gonna say okay with 2025. It was April of 2023.
All right, so it's been a little over 2 years.
It's been almost 2 years since I've done an actual show.
I watch. I don't know why you haven't, but I think you are more than ready to do another show, man.
Oh no,
You got a solid 5 minutes of your one-liner work that is hilarious.
I think I can get a solid 8 minutes. I
Okay.
got to hit more mics.
What's holding you back? What's the limiting factor here?
Oh, I don't drive. Is one of them.
Tell me when you got a show. I'll take you.
Well, whatever. I mean, I appreciate that. Thanks, but I'm just saying.
Let's go, man. Because I'm gonna be
yeah.
there. So let's go.
But I'm just saying. It's limited. I can get to. I was telling your brother earlier. I can get to most places, but getting home, depending on where it is. I want to do some mics in Worcester.
Yeah,
I heard there's
get up
some
to
pretty
Mass.
good mics in Worcester.
There's a lot of shows going on.
Vernon
there.
Hotel. Josh Ramirez was telling me the Vernon Hotel is good. He did he hosted was at the Touch Lounge.
Yep.
I want to try some. Shock factor people in Worcester.
Hey.
You know, I think my hooker jokes would go over really good in Worcester.
Yeah, but they're all dead.
I think they would go over well. It's
Yeah,
just
I think
like,
so.
you know.
I think you're funny. I laugh at even though if I heard your jokes a million times.
Oh,
again,
it just
I've been going every week for fucking months now. Still make me laugh. I think you're funny. I want to see you on a show so bad.
I try and do the mainstays,
Yep.
and I try and throw a few. I try and see which ones all work together, which ones I can remember for the solid 8 minutes that I need to do, 8, 9, 10 minutes to get on shows. But the one thing I remember with you the first night you did the Touch Lounge is when I did the trench coat joke.
Yep.
You pissed
I
yourself.
love that
You
joke.
pissed yourself.
Yeah, that's a good joke.
Well, you married it up with the video camera joke,
Oh Jesus!
and it was
Christ.
just it was the perfect storm.
That's what I'm saying.
Because I just picture that in my head. And ever since then, like it's been awesome.
And it's like, you know what I should learn how to do, like to reinvent a joke, the camera joke with the neighbors that, you know, they're making sex tapes. I got to figure out to put it in because they're well into their 70s.
Maybe you get your trench coat on. You're like Columbo.
Well,
one more thing. One more thing.
Yeah,
lady.
well, that's what I'm trying to figure. I
Oh,
write
my
shit
God, there's
down, and
something
that's
there.
kind of but it's just like they're like 70, and I hope they don't. You know, that's why guys like me are creeps. I don't want a 65-year-old. You know, the fucking...
Yeah, you do. What?
No, I don't, because it looks like something that could pick up a teddy bear in an arcade game. I don't...
What the fuck does that mean?
That means... Winner! Oh,
Let's get the shit out of my cat.
Winner! I don't want a Venus flytrap. I want a fuck... I want something that's still pink. I don't want something I can get at Stop and Shop for $7.99 a pound.
Jesus Christ, dude, you're a good. Honestly, I think this is a change of pace because, like, I mean, generally our podcast episodes are pretty. They're not clean, but like, there's definitely like the most like off the rails. I hope people have a lot of fun with this one.
I think it's pretty good.
Yeah, no, I think this is going to get a lot of laughs. But people that know you dirty will find it funny too. You know what I mean? And it's like I think it's good to have a bit of a mix. I mean, and at the end of the day, it's all about fun. You know what I mean?
My jokes are 80% dirty and
Yeah.
they're maybe 20% clean. But I remember one night with the
Semi-clean
school,
grandpa.
With the school, Bill Seamus was one of the pep talkers. Did you have any pep talkers when you did? Any comedians come in and say, "Yeah, you do this, do that," blah blah blah?
Not necessarily. No.
But he came in and this, that, and the other. He said his thing, and he's fucking hilarious. Bill
He's
Seamus.
fucking so funny. I've seen some of his funny.
Haven't
He
seen
was
it.
saying his thing, and he said you
He's
should
funny.
start off clean and then go dirty.
Mm-hmm.
But at the end of his speech, he says, "Go with what got you there.
Okay.
Clean didn't get me there." And you know who's a perfect example of how that kind of flips a little bit is Andrew Dice Clay.
Yeah.
Andrew Dice Clay was dirty. Andrew Dice Clay did a movie. The Adventures of Ford Fairlane, where it was cleanish, and the same bits he did, but it was clean. Then he did Bless This House. It was a series that only lasted 5 months.
I don't think I've seen that.
It lasted
I've seen
5
stand-up,
months.
but I haven't seen that.
Bless This House, 5 months because it was clean. They fucking canceled him. And
It
then
just wasn't the same.
no, and you didn't hear from him for almost 10 years.
Yep.
It ended in 1996 for 10 years. Then he came back and he started doing a little shit. But
Yeah.
it makes me think. Bill's right. Go clean. You'll get more.
That's
You'll
that's
get
why
more-
I do a lot
you'll
of
get-
clean stuff for that
You'll
reason.
get booked more. But then he said, I'm saying, I don't understand that. He said, go with what got you there. And
So so that's kind of your thing. You know, I don't label comics. You know what I mean? I don't like that. You're
Here's
a
the
dirty
kitty.
comic, whatever. I mean, if you saw the comics and label themselves, that's fine. But like, I think the dirty stuff works for you. You know
no,
what I mean?
it's
That's who you are, and it's like where your jokes are, I should say.
Yeah,
and
because we couldn't call you clean, Grandpa. That just sounds
no,
weird.
that's no.
dirty in many ways.
No, but it's just
Well-
like now. If that's another thing too. If you go to a comedy show and you got somebody, not that I'm any big thing, but you got somebody that's advertised as Dirty Grandpa. I don't think you're gonna.
Yeah.
I'm gonna watch it.
Oh yeah, you don't
Yeah.
think you're gonna hear too much clean shit. It just,
I'm pretty sure when we were starting to do the touch, we were "Pss, pss, 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 Dirty Grandpa." I'm like, "Dirty Grandpa? What the fuck?" And I was
who's
like,
this fucking guy? I'll
I
knock
gotta
him out.
watch
I'll knock
that.
him out. I'll fucking knock his fat ass out.
And then I
what Rob
saw
was
you, and
thinking.
like you said, the trench coat and the camcorder. The rest is history. I had to say hello.
Yeah.
And then next thing you know, we're bullshitting at the,
Oh yeah,
at
we
the
had
bar.
fun.
And
Yeah, we sit
love
there,
it,
we
dude.
bullshit.
Fucking podcast now.
Yeah, the
It all comes full circle.
The pinnacle of my comedy career. I made the casting couch.
Yep. Well, I'm glad you've been on. I
Hey,
want
thanks
to,
for having me.
Yeah, I want. Well, before we wrap it up, this will be the last thing I'll have
I
you
don't
do.
even want to wrap it up. This is too much fun.
Hope people listen to this long. Yeah, I'm sure people have
Yeah,
a
they'll
great
listen
time.
to it. You know, we have like a 5%
Yeah,
full
we got the
through rate. People
chapters,
skip
too.
around. It's all right. The chapters doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It just get what you want out of
Yeah,
it.
but my thing is, so to kind of tie it all together. So before we end it, is there any shout outs or any plugs you want to do? While
Plug
we're,
away, baby.
Shout out as far as what?
anybody that you want to like, thanks for this.
Oh,
or,
John Parada, absolutely. Thanks for what he did. Brian Vincent, you got to thank him because he's the one who literally made me take the course.
Yep.
Just thanks to you guys. I
Yeah.
met a great bunch of people, great bunch of friends through this.
Well, hey,
You know,
got a friend.
yeah, it's just it's
Randy
a-
Newman over
It's
here.
Wednesday nights. It's a nice tight knit group.
yep. Everybody's welcome.
Everybody's
too,
welcome. Come show up every Wednesday night. Show up, go up. We
Grandpa
got.
will greet you.
If we got a
First
punk,
round's always
we
on
got
me.
a punk
You know
high
that.
schooler. Lucas Estrella can do it. You can do it.
And Dirty Grandpa will greet you and make you feel at home. He did for me when I was at Touch Lounge. You
Yeah.
really eased my nerves. Come on down,
He's
hang
just
out
being
with me
nice.
and Rob. Dirty
He'll make you feel
Grandpa.
creepy.
Well, I was
show.
the host that night. I got paid to fucking
To be
greet
nice.
you.
I got paid to be nice.
I got paid. I just
treat
look
him
at. I
like
say,
shit.
who's these two fucking basketball players?
Really shitty ones. They probably played center.
For real. I made that joke tonight, my basketball joke at that.
But if it
club.
was true, my coach just said, "Hey, Rob, you suck." Yeah, okay, put your hands up. That's all you gotta
Yeah,
do. And you
that's
know
what I
what?
do,
I
yeah.
did pretty fucking good. Just put my hands up.
Just fucking swat the ball.
Those point guards, man, they're short. Fuck them. I stuffed them like a Thanksgiving turkey,
Yep.
man.
But I almost wanted to. This September, I almost wanted to take a refresher course, but I don't think I need it. I think I just.
I was
need
thinking
to-
about doing it too.
Yeah.
I think I just not that particular. Maybe a different one. I don't know, but
Yeah. Well, I think
I was thinking of getting in that comedy contest in August too. But
Yours truly will be in that
my-
against this fucker right here.
well, I mean, I would and I wouldn't. I'm not keen on comedy contests because the last one I was in, two of the judges went to lunch regularly with the second and third place finisher.
they got to be
Oh.
impartial.
So I would get in a comedy contest
the
if
deck
the
is stacked over
judges
there.
didn't know a motherfucker in the contest. I would
have
get
someone
in.
impartial. And done one. We're gonna do
Ooh,
one.
I wonder who the
Hopefully you
judges
can
are
get
gonna
on.
be.
Should
I mean, I do it just for fun, but
Yeah.
you know,
I'm not expecting anything. I just want to get up there, man.
no, go there for the win.
Dirty. Well,
Go there
Go
for the
for the
win. The
win.
last time I was
I
in a
love your
comedy
spirit.
contest, I saw the sheet. I finished in 4th place. I lost 9 points because I didn't put the fucking mic stand behind me.
Oh,
Automatic.
the cardinal sin. Of
Automatic.
stand-up.
I mean, I'm just. But this is like when I'm just a rookie at 60 years old.
Yeah,
you know?
I mean, everyone says that, so it's a good pointer. You know what I mean? I'll keep that in mind when we're doing it because I don't want to get.
yeah. put
Oh,
the
they're
mic-
doing it like that. I thought they're judging any of your jokes.
Oh,
You
no,
got
no.
stage presence, the whole
Oh
nine.
no! Well, the stage
Oh,
presence
fuck,
is
I'm
okay.
fucked.
The material is okay. That's something I got to do. I got to change my stage presence because last Wednesday night, Debbie DiBiasio filmed
You guys keep
my
talking.
5 minutes, and I'm looking at myself. I says, "You're getting nowhere with that, you fucking piece of shit."
You watched the video.
I watched the video and I need more energy up there. I think not like crazy nervous, but I need a little bit more energy
Yeah,
to
yeah. Well, I mean, it's good to record your sets to be able to, like you said, look at your stage presence and all this stuff. But the comedy contest, we're gonna do our first one, but to get points knocked off or not putting the stand behind you. I mean, it makes sense. I hear people talk about that all the time. You gotta worry. You gotta move the mic stand. You know what I
right
mean?
behind you immediately
Yeah,
before you even say how you're doing. Put the fucking mic stand behind you.
it's stage etiquette.
Yeah, I guess
Yeah.
I honestly truly don't. I mean, I get it or whatever, but I always wanted to like leave it there and like lean on.
Yeah,
it with
I
my
always
set
want.
and
I
stuff
always
like-
think I'm.
But I
that,
said, oh no, okay. And
Yeah.
plus, I hate fucking. I love wireless mics. I hate.
I like the
I always
wired
figure
mic.
I'm gonna. I always afraid I'm gonna trip over the thing because
Yeah.
I'm clumsy.
Yeah, I like the wired mic. That's just me because I hold on to it a lot. I feel like you don't really realize how much you do with the mic until you actually, actually see yourself.
Right.
The wireless mic. My first show I was nervous as hell, and I had a wireless mic at the casino, and I was shaking like a leaf. So now, like I see a wireless mic, I get nervous again. I'm like, oh crap.
Oh, that's just like the bomb because that night, the shows I did at my old work, wireless mic, people got up, they went up to the bar, Robbie Cavaco walked all over the place with the mic, Johnny Ron, they interacted with everybody at the bar and people that were
Yeah.
sitting down. Mm-hmm. But I mean, everybody's got a preference, but I mean, I prefer a wireless mic.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, no. So, like I said, you plug Brian and John, all this stuff, and we can see you at the Blue Moon Pub, right?
Every Wednesday for the most part.
Okay.
Every single Wednesday, and I'll try and hit mics, but as soon as I get booked on shows, I'm hoping to get booked at Saint Rita's Christmas Bazaar show.
There you go.
Rita's. My God, that's my childhood church right there.
I'm just saying.
Yep.
I can just.
Saying.
That was our
What
grandmother's
am I
name,
going to
too.
do at a church
Where
bazaar?
I think I was christened there too.
Yeah, we did all the.
You know why?
shebang.
You know why Altar Boy's hair's parted in the middle?
I have no idea.
Bless you, my son.
We can go into really awesome jokes like that. Like, what was the other one? What's the difference between a priest and a zit?
You can
Oh,
pop
boy.
a zit.
No, priests wait. No, zits at least wait until you're 15 to come on your face.
Oh,
All right, I'm gonna finish it up with this. I'm gonna wrap it up for the night. But I'm gonna say this one joke I heard. Since we're talking about fucking priest jokes.
You never heard that one before?
You ever heard that one?
well, yeah,
That's
I
an
know,
old
but
one.
Well, I saw this thing.
one more quick one.
Go for it. Just
What
fuck
does Michael Jackson and tuna fish have in common?
Uh-huh.
They both come in little white cans.
Hey, why did Michael Jackson?
Here we go.
Why does Michael Jackson love Walmart so much?
Oh shit.
His little boy's pants are always half off.
Oh,
my God.
okay. Let Matt finish up.
This is my last. I'll wrap it up with this. No, I heard.
Last podcast, folks.
Yeah, no, I heard.
Nice to know you.
There was this thing. It was like, if altar boys could get pregnant, the Catholic Church would have a different view on abortion.
Ooh.
It's like,
God, I love street jokes. Hey, fuck
okay.
it.
That was
Where are we
terrible.
going this
Oh,
far?
Mr. Pecorino.
Yeah, I was like, oh no, I saw that. I was like, wow, that's
Any more
pretty
street
fucked up.
jokes you got? Just fire them off at this
Jesus
point.
All right, I'm wrapping it up with
freaking
that one.
Wrap that up.
Fucking
Come on. All
mighty.
right. Whatever. You want to get a steak?
Damn.
All right, guys. Well,
You know what you get when you cross a rooster with a telephone pole? A 40-foot cock that wants to reach out and touch someone.
all right, guys. All right, guys. If you want more, because we don't want to give away all Dirty's jokes, you want to see Dirty rip off some fucked up jokes, and
is good.
me do a fucked up joke every once a year, like I just did, then come see us. Come watch
Yeah,
the
Blue Moon, Wednesday night. Be there. Show up, go up.
You guys like what you see? Like, comment, subscribe. Friggin'
Love
come
it.
out, see Steve, and spread the word. Appreciate you guys watching and hanging out with us.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, of course.
Anytime.
If we're not canceled by now, we'll see you next week.
He'll be back. He'll be back.
Yeah,
man.
can we plug the next guest? Do you mind?
Go for
Plug
it.
the next
We
guest.
have our first female comic coming on because people asked us. It's nothing that, hey, we'll get anybody on. So we got our first female comic on. I'm very happy to say I'm looking forward to having her on. Maureen McCarthy's coming
Yeah,
on.
Maureen.
So we're gonna have her on
one
the
who
couch.
made me remember my joke.
Yep.
Maureen
That's
McCarthy.
sweet.
Make sure you guys make sure you guys tune in for that. Watch Dirty Grandpa, and yeah, thanks for sticking around.
Don't watch him. But,
Have a good night.
check
No,
'em
definitely don't watch me.
well, don't check him out. Wait.
Don't watch.
What's the word I'm looking for? No, just have a good night. See you guys.
See you later.